Hello, this is Karen Johnson from Nationwide Displays, and today we're talking to Amanda Ellis, the Associate Brand Manager for Chosen Foods. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Thanks so much for. So, Nationwide Displays has built 2 custom trade show booths for Chosen Foods over the last few years. So we were really excited to start creating a virtual space for you as well.
Beautiful virtual spaces.
Thank you. So what led Chosen Foods to initially embrace the needs for and the benefits of having a virtual exhibit?
Obviously, when COVID hit, all of the events kind of went kaput. And then there was this huge transition to a virtual experience. And our first go at that was at a produce trade show, and they had created this sort of VR space for booths for exhibits. And what I found was that it was clunky. It was kind of I'd say, more early 2000s VR space than what we see today, especially with gaming, with the goggles, with everything. And I had reached out to that platform and asked about creating a customized VR space because I thought this would be an amazing idea for us to be able to continue to launch products, to be able to hold meetings, to be able to have, when we do have other virtual shows, a customized booth that is tailored to our brand experience. And I found that unfortunately, it just wasn't going to work out in the way that I was envisioning it. And that's when I contacted you, and it sounded like you guys were exploring that realm as well.
And a big part of that was because we were hearing feedback from a lot of other companies similar to what you experienced, and it was underwhelming and not necessarily as effective as we all knew it could be.
With everyone being virtual right now, we do have a lot of virtual burnout, and we're seeing the same thing over and over again and having the same experience over and over again. So how do we create that and develop that and be able to launch products and have a unique branded experience? And that's what we were hoping for with the virtual space, so that it was customized to what we needed, how we wanted to use it, not just for trade shows, but a variety of other things.
So, and that leads me to my next question, what you initially envisioned using this tool as and what that's kind of morphed into.
Yeah, so originally we were hoping just to have something that we could use for virtual trade shows, but also to product launch. We weren't really sure what that meant, but we need to launch products. We have new products. We were going to do it at Expo West, the largest natural product show of the year, and we needed a platform to be able to do that. And once we started doing that, we realized there was a variety of other tools and usages with this space. So it turned into, this could be used for education. So we're going to be using it for broker education. This could be used for sales meetings. So prior to a meeting, sending the link to a buyer or broker in the retail world, and for them to experience our brand and learn about the products, or during the meeting, hosting the meeting inside the VR space. And so this was, we started to see that there was a variety of other things. So we started with just sales, and then it was such a unique experience that we decided that we want to create a consumer one as well. So these different spaces will have different ways that they're branded and different experiences for the end user. So with our consumer one, we're hoping to have games and a VR experience, and really for them to go in and see who Chosen Foods is. Whereas more on the B2B, we're trying more of an educational approach. So that way, those who are interested in our products will, one, understand them and understand us.
So it's really just an extension of and a continuation of the live shows and then so much more.
Yeah, definitely. For us, with the live shows being gone, they were such a way for us to connect and have relationships. And again, I keep using the word experience because that's just such a key as when you go into those shows, whether you're in the CPG industry or the automotive industry or whatever it is, you're having an experience at those shows. And when that's taken away, you as a marketing team have to find a way for people to have that marketing experience again. So this was a great tool for us. And our whole marketing department's very excited. Our parent company is looking into it now. I mean, it's just everyone, the board has reviewed it. Everyone is very excited about this experience and to see where it can go in 2021, because this is definitely not ending the virtual world.
Right. Chosen Foods, of course, we started out talking about the US product line. And then we kind of shifted gears to the Canadian product line because there was a virtual show coming up quickly.
Yep.
And so now that we've built your whole Canadian booth or your Canadian virtual space, it's been a much easier process and a quicker process because the bones of it are there. The structure of it is there for when we now are building the US display.
Yes. So it was much easier because our Canada community and sales is much smaller than US. So it was an ability for us to beta test it. Don't tell the Canadian sales director that. It was a way for us to build it and kind of see how it's going to go and what was the feedback that was going to come from it. What were the ideas that were going to come from it? And a lot of the things that we're going to use it for were because we just went and tried it out. We put it into the show and it was the second most clicked on link in the virtual show at that show for us. Uh-huh. So it was our About Us. And then we also had a tab that said virtual reality or I think it was VR experience. And, of course that drew people in of like, what's this VR experience that Chosen Food has? So it was the second most clicked on link for us at that show. And even in our follow-up email, we put it in and it was the second most clicked on link as well. So people are clicking into it, seeing it. And from that, we're developing out a variety of other things we want to do with it for the US sales B2B space. So that way it's, top notch. We'll go back and fix the Canada one and do that. But yeah, that was kind of our process with it. And then a consumer one once we kind of get through the experience steps. Right. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. It's been very, a unique experience, been different. I don't play video games. I'm not a VR person. I'm not, this is brand new for me. So I feel anybody, you guys made it very easy and very straightforward. So I feel like any marketing team that comes in and wants to do this, I mean, you guys made it so straightforward and so easy, they could definitely do it, especially coming from someone who video games was 007 back in 1998.
Well, I'm with you on the videos and the VR, but the video games and the VR, but it's definitely been an enjoyable experience on our side. And I mean, we always love working with you and with Chosen Foods. So hearing that feedback is great. If there's anything that you can tell other companies who are considering a virtual booth, what would it be?
I would say, it's definitely something to invest in because the whole COVID situation, it's still going on. We don't know how long it's going to go for. And as we've gone through this experience, even if COVID starts to kind of die down, the virtual world has exploded. And this is what people are experiencing. And they found ways to connect virtually and it's made it easier. So, a lot of shows in the future, I imagine, will have this in-person / virtual experience. And it's really important that, we're ahead of everyone. So we're moving forward. We're going ahead with having these VR experiences and really playing with it and being innovative is the key during this time. So my experience has been amazing with you guys. You guys have been great through, all the years with 2 booths being made. And we had a brand new, beautiful booth made for Expo West back in March, and we still haven't seen it or experienced it. But you guys literally took that brand new booth we made and turned it into a virtual world, not just a booth, but like an entire world. So it's really
Yeah.
cool when you drop down into that world and you wander around in it. And, you know, we've heard a lot from our team that, well, why don't we do this with it? And why don't we add this? And why don't we go here with it? And, you know, then we can, you know, have a chosen city. So they, you know, once you kind of go for it, the team really is excited about it.
It's a nice combination of your brand new physical booth that has yet to debut, along with some of the bells and whistles that show rules and regulations wouldn't necessarily allow for.
Yeah.
So
that's the great part is, you know, when we went to go build the new booth that we had, you know, we had a company design and they had all these great, fantastic ideas of trees going up to the sky and hammocks everywhere and sand. But, you know, unfortunately with show rules, you guys, you know, really brought it down to a realistic viewpoint and allowed us to create something that's absolutely beautiful, but in a way that's, you know, physical shows don't allow. Whereas in the virtual space, we kind of were able to take all of those wild ideas and just allow them, you know, to go.
But we're really, really thrilled that it's been working out for you guys so well and that it's been so well received.
No, thank you. We appreciate it. It really, you know, kind of turned around the events side of Chosen Foods for this year. You know, I know a lot of people are, you know, struggling to find innovative ways to do events, and this experience really made that possible. So thank you to doing this. Thank you to the team that, you know, put this together, and it's really exciting to have during this time for sure.
I agree. And it's just, you know, when I mentioned before that it's like an extension of a continuation of your physical booths, it also allows you to stand out so much from everyone else in the virtual space.
Absolutely. We have heard from numerous people that they don't know of any other brands, at least in the CPG industry, that are currently doing this as something that they're, you know, just thought of. So the fact that you guys have started this and we were lucky enough to jump on board with you and be there at the, you know, kind of the first go of it has really made our brand stand out when, you know, we go talk to brokers, we go talk to buyers, we get out into the community. So this is great.
Yeah.